Hello, I'm Sheriff Kevin Rambosk, and I want to welcome you to On Scene.
Hi Julie, how are you?
Hi Lieutenant, how are you?
I'm good. So you need a ride today?
I do. Thanks for the lift.
You're welcome. So tell me, how long have you been a dispatcher with the Sheriff's Office?
I have been a dispatcher for almost 10 years.
Great. Now, as far as being a dispatcher, what is the training or the training process for you when you get hired on?
Training process, we go through a 6-week dispatch academy, and then you get paired up with a trainer, and then you spend 3 months learning the phone side, the intake side, and then you're on your own for a little bit. Then you get paired up with another trainer, and you start your radio training. Then again, you're on your own for a little bit, and then you start the fire and EMS, the control side training.
Now, do you have a particular area that you like, phones, dispatcher, or fire EMS?
I like dispatch. I like being on the radio.
Okay. Any reason why? Just because it's busier, or?
It can be a little bit busier, and you just have your comfort levels in there. Not that I'm uncomfortable answering phone calls, but I just feel better when I'm on the radio.
Okay. So, in that 9-10 years, what was do you remember your first call you ever took?
I remember my first holiday working in dispatch.
Okay.
It was Thanksgiving, and got a call a little bit before noon from a husband. There was a lot of commotion going on in the background. A lot of commotion because his wife had gotten her hand stuck in the turkey.
Okay.
Whatever contraption was holding the inside bits of that turkey together, when she had reached in to pull them out, the more that she would pull, the tighter it would get around her hand.
Okay. So like it kept sucking her hand in.
Yes.
Like quicksand.
Had to send the fire department out there to cut a half-frozen turkey off of this poor lady's hand.
I'm wondering if they used the jaws of life for that.
Hopefully her family brought another turkey.
And do you have a most memorable call? Something that catches, you remember?
I had one from last year, and I remember because it was nearing the end of my shift. It was about 4 a.m. I work the overnights, and a lady had called hysterical because she had found her husband unresponsive and unconscious, not breathing, on the floor. Luckily, her daughter was also there. This certainly took a team effort. She put me on speakerphone. As soon as I got the address, I was able to send the responders out, and had to, while I was trying to keep her calm, I was coaching her daughter in the background on how to do CPR on her husband and this girl's dad. So I was able to hear when deputies got there and when EMS got there, and when they started working on him. They responded to the hospital with him, and he survived.
Wow, that's awesome. Partly because of you walking through the CPR process.
Yes, and it can be kind of challenging sometimes because you're calming down the caller to give them instructions
to give to somebody else.
Exactly.
Right. What do you think are some of the qualities to become a good dispatcher?
I think you have to want to help people, number one.
Okay.
And communication is the major key to success here. To effectively talk to somebody into CPR and giving them instructions on CPR or any kind of pre-arrival instructions that we give.
Right.
Controlled bleeding, delivering children.
Isn't it part of the academy we have what we call emergency medical dispatch?
Yes, it is.
Can you explain a little bit about that?
So emergency medical dispatch, it is a program that we use once we know the address, we can send the screen so fire and EMS get on the way. But before they get there, we need to get some information on the patient, what exactly they're going to, so that they can walk in with the proper tools. They can bring the right equipment in. So we need to find out the patient's age, whether they're conscious and breathing, and then what's going on. Was it reference a fall? Did they get struck by lightning? Is this a child delivery that we're doing?
Okay. We are hiring people for our dispatch positions, correct?
Yes, we are. Do you know anybody?
I always try to find people.
Oh, good.
I do.
Well, when you do, can you send them to colliersheriff.org?
I will.
Because they can find out everything that they need to know there. There's the job description, there's what training looks like, and I believe there's also the application there.
Thank you.
Thank
It was
you.
a pleasure.
Thanks
It was
for the
great to
lift.
see. It was great to see you. Finally, meet you in person. I've heard you on the radio for so many years, and now we've actually got to meet in person.
Officially.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you. I'll hear you on the radio.
Yes.
Dad, is everything gonna be okay?
A few simple precautions can help you stay safe on the water. Southwest Florida offers some of the best boating in the world, and we want all boaters to stay safe while they're enjoying our beautiful waterways. Be sure to inspect your boat prior to launching. Check all emergency equipment and make sure you have life preservers for everyone on board. It's also important to file a float plan so that someone on shore knows where you'll be and what time you plan to return. You can find more about boating safety tips as well as recommended float plans that you can print and fill out at www.colliersheriff.org.
Hurricane season is upon us once again, and the Collier County Sheriff's Office wants everyone in the community to plan ahead and be prepared in case a hurricane strikes our area. Stay alert and watch your local news and weather to get the latest updates on the storm. Make sure you have enough food, batteries, water, and other items such as medications. Know your evacuation routes and plan ahead. Don't wait until the last minute to pack. Secure your home properly and remove patio furniture so it does not become flying debris. For information about shelters, visit collierem.org or colliersheriff.org. Stay in your home, hotel, or shelter until the storm passes and it is safe. Do not wander out during the storm as there may be flying debris, live wire, and high winds. Do not drive anywhere during the storm as streets may be inaccessible and visibility may be very poor. If there is an emergency, call 911. Stay indoors until it is safe. Avoid driving right after the storm unless it is an emergency, as roads might be blocked with debris, live wire, or floodwaters. Do not call 911 to report property damage unless it is life-threatening, as emergency personnel will be extremely busy dealing with the aftermath of the storm. If you must drive, be cautious, as traffic lights might not be operational. For information about hurricane preparedness, please visit the Collier County Emergency Management website at www.collierem.org.
Hello, I'm Collier County Sheriff Kevin Rambosk. We're here today to talk about personal safety training. With the violent events that are occurring around the world, I would like to speak to you about how to respond in the unlikely event that you find yourself in an active shooter situation. These incidents are unpredictable and happen quickly. Sometimes people in the immediate area initially think that what they're seeing or hearing is not real. They may think they heard fireworks or a car backfiring before they realize the sound they heard was gunfire. Here are 3 plans of action you should consider if you're confronted with an active shooter incident. It is known as the run, hide, fight response. Run. You're going to be nervous, scared, and may have tunnel vision, but you need to run away from the immediate threat and try and find a safe place. Once you're out of harm's way, call 911 immediately. It is critical that you provide the 911 dispatcher with as much information as possible. Information such as the location of the shooter, description of the shooter, and other details you have will help deputies who are responding to the scene. Hide. If you're unable to run from an area due to an immediate threat, then you need to find a place to hide and remain as quiet as possible until you see identifiable law enforcement personnel. Lock the door or place items such as furniture against the door. Silence your cell phone so it does not ring and reveal your location to the shooter. Remember that the shooter may be wearing camouflage clothing or attire that may be similar to law enforcement. So analyze the situation before coming out of your hidden area. Fight. If you end up in a confrontation with the shooter, you need to fight any way possible. Use objects such as a fire extinguisher, office equipment, or anything else nearby as a weapon. You need to fight for your life, act aggressively, and attempt to incapacitate the shooter. This will not be normal for you, but you have to do it. Never surrender or negotiate with the shooter. And remember, if you lawfully carry a firearm, please make sure you're trained to operate it safely. Once law enforcement personnel arrive, their primary goal is to locate and stop the shooter. Follow their instructions. Keep your hands visible at all times. And remember that other emergency personnel are also on their way to treat the injured. We are fortunate to live in a great and safe community here in Collier County. However, no place can be 100% immune to this type of threat. Being prepared by knowing the run, hide, fight response is the best way to emerge from an active shooter situation safely. No matter where this happens, you can use this plan. We hope you've enjoyed our program, and we look forward to seeing you next month. Thank you for being our partner for a safe community.